Alright, now to draft the sleeve, our basic sleeve, we fold the pattern in half. I'm going to be working with sleeve 23 inches, so I'm just going to mark 23 inches all the way. I had to pin the pattern with pins because it kept flipping up as well. Now to get the width of the pattern, we're going to be marking using our bust measurement. Bust 35 divided by 6 plus 1.5. This is a standard, you can use it for anybody, it works. So I'm going to be using, that is 7.3 inches, which is the same thing we use for our armhole. So that's what I'm going to be using now. 7.3 inches, I'm marking it all the way. Now to curve our armhole, we come down from the top here, and the measurement we mark here is using the bust measurement again, 35 inches divided by 12, which is 2.9. So I'm going to be coming down by 2.9 from here. And I'll join this line together. Now using this my rule, I'm going to slant this line from one end to the other end here, like so, and then find the midpoint. So with my tape, I'm going to measure it and find the midpoint, and I'm seeing what I have here is 8, so the midpoint is 4. And this 4 inches, I'm just going to go up on this midpoint, up by ½ an inch and come down by ½ an inch. So with my curve rule, I'm going to be curving the top part to meet the top of the sleeve, and I'll curve the down part as well to meet the top of the sleeve as well. So we have this. Now I'm going to be use this curved part of the ruler to connect this place from here to the end of the line, like so. And do the same thing for the top part. Now I'm going to add a little allowance, sewing allowance to this sleeve for the side joining, and that allowance I'm using 1 inch. Now this 2.9 inches line, I'm just going to extend it to the 1 inch as sewing allowance that I've added. Now we can cut out this sleeve. This is our basic sleeve. Okay, now looking at this sleeve now, you will see. Now at this point you can now decide what your armhole is, your arm measurement is going to be. So you can measure your arm measurement. Say mine is 9 inches, which is 4.5. You can decide to mark the 4.5 like so. And if you know your biceps, your biceps measurement, mine is 10 inches here, so I can just mark the 10 inches here. And then you can use your ruler to connect these lines. Then use this curved part to take it, mark it to the end. Then since we are adding sewing allowance to this, you can decide to add your 1 inch sewing allowance as well. Now these markings I'm making. Now this is my basic sleeve pattern. If I was making just a straight long sleeve like this, this is it. I need to pin it down because this paper keeps going up. So this is our basic sleeve pattern. Okay, now to complete this basic sleeve pattern, you see that we marked 2 lines on this place. We have to, one of the line indicates the front part of the sleeve, the other one indicates the back part of the sleeve. So I'm going to cut out this one on top of here, which is indicating the back part of the sleeve. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out. So this line, the one down, is the front, while the one on top is the back. So I'm going to be cutting out the back piece. Cut only the top part and be careful not to cut the two of them together.